Every day I come to work, I see employees texting when they should be getting their work done. Cannot believe they think they should be allowed to have their phones out using them when we have so much work to get done. There are things we are behind on, and they act like they don't care. They need to understand that it is distracting to their job duties. Cell phones need to be on silent where they cannot distract others. Employees do not need to text or receive calls when they are at work. Employees are talking loud and they are sometimes using offensive language. They need to have respect to everyone, including the customers. This is a business and not a social event. Employees are becoming mad with each other because of cell phone use. People are talking on their phones when they're supposed to be working. Other employees are having to step in and complete their work. This loss in production has caused an increased work demand on those who are actually working. It is time they take responsibility. Employees do not feel they are doing anything wrong and are getting mad at the coworkers who are saying something to them about their cell phone use. They are turning the tables around and trying to make them look like the bad guy. They are being unprofessional. Customers are beginning to complain because they are having to wait longer. One customer stated she had to wait on an employee to complete a phone call before they would wait on her. Another customer complained of the language the employee was using on the phone call. And another had a complaint of employees taking pictures of themselves and each other. Employees are going to have to quit using their cell phones while they are at work. Pictures should not be taken and posted on social media. I have seen several times when employees are posting to social media when they are supposed to be at work. Breaks and lunch periods are the only times phones are supposed to be used. The company has become a highway of text messages. Employees are texting continuously to their friends and family members. Productivity has suffered tremendously and our customer service is terrible. There are notifications all the time and employees are looking at their phones, stopping whatever they're doing. A company-wide cell phone policy is in place that regulates the time an employee can use their phones. If you are not on break, you are not supposed to have your phone visible. This policy outlines where cell phones can be used, and everything is listed in the company handbook. The cell phone use is becoming a safety issue because employees are not paying attention to what they are doing and making mistakes. There is no room for errors. Take just a minute to watch the following clip that displays the distractions we face while we're at work throughout the day when cell phones are in use.
Does this seem ridiculous to you? How about this? Would you try this while performing your job? If all of these scenarios appear absurd to you, what about this one? While most of us would never consider doing a puzzle or juggling while performing our jobs, we often don't give a second thought to sending and receiving text messages as we complete our daily tasks. Of the 3 billion texts sent each day, a large number of them are now being sent from and received in the workplace. Not surprisingly, we are now seeing a rise in workplace injuries related to text messaging and other phone and PDA-related activities. Of course, we are all aware of the hazards of texting while driving. But sending and receiving text messages at work...
As you can see from the previous training video clip, cell phones can cause many distractions and make the workplace an unsafe environment, not to mention that they can cause a company a loss in production. Even just checking messages for a few minutes a day adds up. When an employee is at work, their minds need to be focused on their tasks that they are required to perform. Cell phones have become a big part of our lives over the past few years. We have become a world full of technology. Our cell phones contain all of our personal information, our pictures, our contacts, and connect us to everyone around us. But with all of this, they also become distractions. People feel that they have to take their phones with them everywhere they go at all times. They carry their phones with them everywhere, and they even bring them to work and feel the need to check about what is going on every few minutes. They text their families and friends, and they check on their notifications. Employees take advantage of the fact that they can bring their phones to work. Employees are taking selfies of themselves and others while they're at work. They are being distracted when they should be paying attention to important information. They're not getting their work done, and other employees are having to step up to complete their work because they are being distracted with their phones, and these employees are mad. Employees are so busy with their cell phones that the company is suffering. Productivity is down, and customers are not being taken care of as they should be. Customers are complaining about having to wait for service because employees are preoccupied with telephones. This needs to be addressed. Especially in departments such as the pharmacy, this issue needs to be addressed. Employees are taking photos and sharing them on Facebook and Snapchat and other social media sites. These photos risk sharing personal patient information. This information is protected under HIPAA. The company has a cell phone policy in place that states that employees can keep their phones in their pockets as long as they keep them on silent and do not take them out to check messages or talk. Employees are taking advantage of this rule and sneaking them out and using them. They're getting away with it, and it is costing the company money. It is estimated that employees spend 30% of their working time reading and sending messages, accepting and making calls, and browsing the internet. Over half of work distractions are made by cell phones. Even employees admit that they believe 2 hours or more a day are lost due to distractions. I feel it is time to impose a new amendment to the cell phone policy and put greater restrictions on phone use within this department. I have implemented a new updated policy that lists these new rules. Cell phones are only to be used during breaks and not any other time. Employees will be held accountable to follow these rules. I feel once we become compliant with this new rule, production will increase, department morale will become better, customer service will be at an all-time high, and everyone is going to benefit from this policy. Profits will be up, which will yield us a greater bonus. Let's make this a plan that will be successful.